Something that just isn't right. Wasabi gangsters. What's up, beasties? It's me, Triple B, your friendly neighborhood bearded book beast. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another book review, a very special one this time, because not only are we going to do a book review of Mercy, Tears of the Fallen by my dude Chance Dillon, I also have a little unboxing we're going to do first of the hardcover edition with the BEA beautiful naked hardcover. I can't wait to show you, and I can't wait to see myself. So, as you saw in the opener, this is not about the bearded book beast. No, this is about Chance Dillon, the original Wasabi gangster. So, that's why we're going to do it like this. No, this is not Salty Beast, don't worry. What's up, beasties and Wasabi gangsters? Let's get to it. First up, we're going to open up this beautiful hardcover. Then I'm going to give you my thoughts on Mercy, Tears of the Fallen, Bookbringer, to me. Here we go. Beautiful packaging. Look at that. Look at that packing tape. It's good. It's real good. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Very nice, very nice. It's time. Oh, that was a nice little touch. I liked it. I enjoyed that. It was fun. As you notice, I'm wearing the red. And the red hat. Ooh. Light Seeker. Alavis, my boy. That's pretty cool. Zoom it in, look at that little sticker. I dig that. Wish there was a way to save this little sticker. Can I? Oh, can I? Oh yeah. Good enough. I'll be able to put that on, throw that on my Kindle. So I can always think of my good friend Chance. Look at that. My Kindle's upstairs, or I would put it on right now. We're going to put it right there. Keep it safe. Wait, hold on. Since I just saw Superman, let's do it like this. Look at that. I mean, it's already stunning. But we have more to see, not just this stunner. No. I have that beautiful art copy, but oh man, that is nice. That is nice. Look at the dust jacket, of course. Wraps around. Love the spine. Ooh, my boy Alavis right there. Check this out. Well, first of all, this is Light Seeker there on the front. This is signed by my dude Chance. Look at that. Very nice. Hold on. Oh, look at this naked hardcover. Dang. That's so sick. Look at that. This is from a scene in the book. If you know, you know. If you don't, you'll know soon. But oh, that's cool. Oh, that's awesome. That is cool. Seeing some of the main characters I read about in the flesh. Oh, that's sick. Yeah. Check that out. Beautiful. I love it. And this has some really awesome artwork on the inside. Ooh, yeah. Like here. Right at the beginning. Not spoiling anything. Beautiful. There we go. Love it. Right at the start. Oh, man. This is a beautiful book. Chance did an awesome job on this. Just very impressive. Love that naked hardcover image. And I love having this in the collection. I mean, it's gorgeous anyway, but also just because it's my boy, Chance. Makes it even more special. So, there you go. Beautiful hardcover edition of Mercy, Tears of the Fallen. So, actually, we're going to show that beautiful spine on here, I think. There we go. So now let's talk about what I thought about the book. Alright, so let's talk about what I thought about Mercy, Tears of the Fallen. In a minute we'll get into it, but again, reminder, I split it into sections. We're going to talk about world building, then we're going to talk about characters, dialogue, pacing, and then finally we're going to talk about prose. And maybe not in that order. Sometimes I mix it up. But those are the 5 things. For each section, you get, it's out of 1 star, so it can be 1/4 or 0.25 of a star, 0.5, 0.75, or a full star. Then at the end, we add them all up, and it's out of 5, and that tells us what it is. And then, since this is the Bearded Book Beast, we are talking about books. I am a beast. Not much of one, but when it comes to reading. But I also have a beard, so every book gets a facial hair representation based on the final score. So we'll see what kind of facial hair this book has. So let's get into it. Without further ado, the Bearded Book Beast review for Mercy, Tears of the Fallen by Chance Dillon. Let's do it. So what was this book about? So this is a very epic scope book. A lot of characters, a very cool magic system, a big world, a lot of lore. Things are going on. Things have happened. And Chance drops you in. He doesn't hold your hand. He trusts you. And he kind of on purpose leaves some things mysterious. And then he kind of unveils things and makes things known as time goes on. It's time for Meets Mania, where I say this book, blank meets blank meets blank, and so on and so forth. Today we've got a dandy. Mercy, Tears of the Fallen by Chance Dillon is like if Malazan fell in love with Elden Ring. They had a child named Mercy, Tears of the Fallen. Then they decided to go out on a date. It's been a while. They've been working hard. They go out to spend some time together. Guess who the babysitter is? That's right, it's Joe Abercrombie. And he hangs out with little Mercy, Tears of the Fallen, and they watch some Star Wars. Alright, so, as I usually do, instead of trying to just say what the book was about, for those of you that haven't read it yet, I don't want to try to describe what happened in the book and spoil anything. So I'm going to read you the blurb that the author himself wrote to tell you what it's about, and then we'll dive into each section. So, here we go. Relics of the past scattered, a hero broken, a world on the brink. A paragon left for dead, Alvis Lightseeker sought peace, but peace had other plans. 34 years pass, the blade he buried must rise again. As he hunts the ones who shattered his world, another exile awakens, Erevain. A man drunk on grief and bound by blood, a minstrel must bring the two together in a war against a rising ill fate. Vyalia, a lost love, unexpectedly returns and sparks a fire in Erevain. But will it be enough to quell his thirst for vengeance? And will the world unfolding around her offer the chance for the future she has long desired? Salismir, Blade of the Reckoning, must answer the call of duty once again. Haid and Nira, twins of the Stained, hunt for sacred artifacts for their false king. Staven and Yatu must travel across the sundered sea in order to do the same, but for their once wise father, who holds damning secrets of his own. The tears awaken and call to the broken. 2 men, 1 path, and no gods left to help them. Some martyrs stay dead, others become legend. For fans of Elden Ring, Malazan, Book of the Fallen, and Joe Abercrombie comes an epic series where blades crash, kingdoms fall, and fate is never as it seems. Ho ho ho, yes. That is a great description for the book. Gets me hyped, even though I already read it. So here we go. Let's dive into world building first. So as you can hear from that, world building was great. He's got so much of this. This started as a D&D campaign. He had years to live in this world and think of things and create things. So he's got so much that he wants to share with this world building. And it's really cool. The world is cool. The magic system is cool. The lore, what's happened, the history. It feels very alive. It feels very big in scope. You can feel the history. You can feel that things have happened, which I think is really cool. And I loved the world building. Now again, he's inspired by Malazan and Elden Ring, and neither of those things hold your hand, and he doesn't either. So it's about a taste with this kind of world building, because he doesn't lore dump on you or anything, which is good, because most of us don't really like that. It can work sometimes in classic stuff, but you might be confused at times too. And for me, I was a little bit at times, but I got there. So I can't really knock it though for that, because that's more of a style approach, and it's more of a taste thing with a reader. So for me, world building is how cool is the world, how well built is the world, how well built is the lore, and everything like that. And there's a lot of it in there, and it's awesome, and I love it all. So for world building, 1 star out of 1 star, because it's awesome. Full star. World building. Characters, let me tell you, full star, because I loved these characters. Now there's a lot of them. And sometimes he has his main cast of characters, which all got mentioned in the blurb, and sometimes he likes to try to experiment and see what it's like in different characters' heads who aren't the main ensemble. So the chapters just have chapter numbers, so you might think early on you can tell, this is a POV chapter for Erebane, but then it might bounce around. There's always breaks, so you can tell that, now we're in this person's POV in that same scene, which I like that. I like that because I think he does a great job with characters. I like being inside as many of their heads as possible, but sometimes I would get confused, but that we're going to get into that more with pacing. But character-wise, he did great. He created some amazing characters. He spent time with them. You got to know them. They were very cool. They were very well thought out. He does a lot with grief and explores that with the different characters and how people react to things that have happened and how they react differently to the same situations and how that plays a role as the book goes on. You see characters change, you see them grow, you see them backslide, you see them give in to temptation and darkness, you see them rise above and improve, and I think he did a wonderful job. So characters, full star. Next up, we have dialogue, and the dialogue was good. It was fine. Nothing crazy, nothing bad. I always knew who was talking. I enjoyed it. The dialogue fit the characters. It was never confusing. None of them ever talked or said anything in a way where I thought, that doesn't fit them. So I think dialogue was great. So full star for dialogue. And then pacing was good. I think that he did a good job with pacing. I never felt like it should have been faster. It should have been slower. I will say for pacing, and I think that he's going to get better with this as he continues to write books and as his books go on. I think that with pacing, sometimes I got a little confused with what was going on because he has so much awesome stuff that he wants to just get on the page and get his story out and tell you, that sometimes I think he put too much, either too many characters into a section, or like the thing I talked about with the POVs. Just once in a while I was like, wait, who is this? How are they connected to this? Or wait, who's the POV right now, or who are we following? So for that reason, I think he did a good job, but I think sometimes that bogged down his pacing a little bit, for me. And some people might not feel that way. But overall, I think he had a story to tell and he kept it moving forward. And I mean, the ending of this book was incredible and really gets me pumped for the next one. So even if you have the same problem I did of getting lost in the weeds a few times, the characters are written so strong, and then the ending was so well done, that he kind of fixes that, overall with all the other things he does really well. So pacing was a 0.75 out of 1, so 3/4 of a star. Very good, very solid, but some things that held it back a little bit for me, but still very good. And then finally, Prose. Prose was good, solid. This is a debut book. I think he did a great job. I can tell that he really put a lot of effort in. He used an editor. He worked with them. He made changes. It's not flowery purple prose or anything like that. It's very accessible. I really like his writing style. So I think it was solid. Great for a debut. So 0.75 out of full star. So 3/4 star for that. So let's look at what we got. So we've got full star for world building, full star for characters, full star for dialogue, 0.75 for pacing, and 0.75 for prose. So what does that give us, you ask, out of 5? For our final score, Mercy, Tears of the Fallen by Chance Dillon, 4.5 out of 5. Very good score. Very solid score. Highly recommended. I think it was a great debut, and I really enjoyed it. So what does that mean? What is this book, facial hair wise? Well, Mercy, Tears of the Fallen by Chance Dillon with a 4.5 out of 5 score means that it is a full beard book. Which means that I highly recommend it. It is a great read, and a very solid debut for Chance Dillon. I hope you enjoyed that review. If you have not checked out this book yet, go check it out. It'll be linked in the description down below. Chance's website and his YouTube channel are also linked down there as well. You can find him on X, Instagram, and TikTok. Ooh, I don't have my watch on. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Go check out this book if you haven't. If you have, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. And if you have read it, please leave a review for Chance on Amazon or any of the places, Goodreads, you know where they're at, because that helps those indie authors out. So that's all I got for you, beasties. Until I see you in the next one, as I always say, devour your TBRs, be brave, be beautiful to one another, and be beastly. And wasabi gangsters. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.